Hi, welcome to Elements of Civil Engineering. In this session, we are going to deal with Module 4. In Module 4, we are going to cover mainly two important topics. They are centroid and moment of inertia. Now, let us start with the centroid concept. Before going into the numerical concept, we should know some of the basic concepts in the centroid. Like, let us go one by one. Now, what do you mean by center of gravity? We also call that one as CG, which can be defined as the point through which the weight of the body is assumed to be concentrated is known as center of gravity. Just for an example, I can say this is the calculator. Take your finger and you hold the calculator through a single finger at some point. You can balance the calculator by using a single finger at some point. That point is assumed to be, in that point the overall weight of the calculator is assumed to act. That particular point we are going to call that one as center of gravity or the centroid. The point where the whole weight of the body is assumed to be concentrated is known as center of gravity. Okay. What do you mean by centroid then? Centroid is nothing but the point through which area of the plane and length of the line is assumed to be concentrated. Here we are talking about weight of the body. Here we are talking about only the area of the body. Suppose if we consider a sheet, a white sheet, it is nothing but plot area. It consisting of only two dimensions. One is the width, another one is the depth, length as well as width. Nothing but it is a plane figure. In that plane figure, we are going to get some area. The point where this area is assumed to be concentrated is known as centroid. Okay. Center of gravity is nothing but the point where the weight is assumed to be concentrated. Centroid is nothing but it is the point where area is assumed to be concentrated. Next, what do you mean by reference axis? Here centroid is nothing but distances. Centroid is nothing but distances. To calculate the distance, we need some reference. Nothing but if I say the Rajankunte is 8 kilometer, the Rajankunte village is around 8 to 10 kilometer away anta helda antandre, if I say away, then you should ask from which place, either from Yelahanka or from Doddaballapur. Here Yelahanka and Doddaballapur acts as the reference. With respect to this reference, we are going to measure the distance of the Rajankunte. Is it like that? Here also centroid is nothing but distances. These distances are calculated from the reference axis. The axis with respect to which the centroidal distances are calculated are known as reference axis. For example, consider a plane figure here. This square or rectangle is a plane figure. Here the point shown here is the centroid point. Here I took two lines, one is the horizontal line, another one is the vertical line. From this centroid to this y axis in the x direction, I am going to call that one as x bar. From the centroid to the x axis in the y direction, I am going to call that one as y bar. So, here x and y axis are the reference axis. Here x and y axis are the reference axis, whereas x bar and y bar are the centroidal distances. Centroidal distances are, we simply call that one as centroid. Okay, the next concept is, what do you mean by centroidal axis? Suppose consider the area, it is the centroidal point CG. if the axis is passing through the centroid, then that axis I am going to call that one as centroidal axis. If the axis passes through the centroid, then I am going to call that one as centroidal axis. Here xx and yy are the centroidal axis. Next, symmetrical axis. What do you mean by symmetrical? Okay, before going into this, just I will get you an example. Which says the axis which divides the given figure into two equal parts is known as symmetrical axis. For example, consider a person who is standing. Okay. Now, I am going to draw a horizontal line. I am going to draw a horizontal line approximately at the center. I call this one as xx axis. Now, tell me, if I divide this human figure at the center, whether upper part and lower part are symmetrical? No. Here the xx axis is unsymmetrical, it is not symmetrical. Suppose if I divide the same figure vertically at the center, whether left half of the portion and right half of the portion are same? Yes, it is same. So, I call that one as, therefore, I can call yy axis is the symmetrical axis. The axis which divides the given figure into two equal parts, I am going to call that one as symmetrical axis. If it does not divide, then it will become unsymmetrical. Here the person is standing. Let us consider the same person while sleeping. Now draw a horizontal line xx approximately at the center. Now tell me whether top and bottom portions are same? Yes, it is same. So, I can call that one as, here the xx axis is symmetrical. What about if I draw a vertical line approximately at the center, that is yy, whether left side and right side portion are same? No, it is not same. So, here yy axis is unsymmetrical. So, what you come to know from this one? The axis which divides the given area into two equal parts, I am going to call that one as symmetrical, otherwise it is unsymmetrical. So, it is most important from the numerical aspect view. Now, here I took some examples of different sections, like it is a I section, C section, inverted C section, then it is unsymmetrical C section. Some different figures. Here I am going to check whether xx and yy axis are symmetrical or unsymmetrical. Suppose if I took the I axis, then draw a horizontal line at the center, that is xx axis, upper part and lower part are symmetrical, so symmetrical. If I draw a vertical line at the center yy, then left side and right side are symmetrical, so it is symmetrical axis. Like that we are going to check for xx and yy axis in all the cases. It will be of different, you can go through this one. Then once you understood this concept, then we will move on to the formulas. Here before going to this, you should understand the concept of figures. In figures, we come across two types. One is the simple figure, another one is complex figure. Simple figure, complex figure. Figure is further classified into simple and complex. If a figure is made up of simple figures, then I am going to call that one as complex figure. So, just I will give you an example. Simple figures are like square, rectangle, triangle, circle, semicircle, quadrant of a circle. These are all simple figures. If I make use of these simple figures, then I am going to call that, if I make use of these simple figures and build another figure, I am going to call that one as complex figure. For example, if I wrote the I section here, it is the combination of, if I join these lines, it is the combination of 3 rectangles. It is the combination of 3 rectangles. Now, if I draw a figure like this, it is a complex figure. It is the combination of semicircle and a rectangle. So, in figure we come across simple and complex figures. Simple figures are very simple, they does not depends upon anything, whereas complex figures are made up of simple figures. Okay. Now, with this concept, I am going to divide simple figures into 3 parts. Please listen carefully, because this concept is not given in the textbook. Okay. Their concept is different, my concept is different. So, here I am going to categorize simple figures into 3 parts, like square and rectangle, triangles, another one is circles. Okay. Consider a square or a rectangle. Consider somewhere the centroid will be there. From ear to ear, it is the centroidal distance from the horizontal reference axis. It is the centroidal distance from the vertical reference axis in x direction. I am going to call this one as x, I am going to call this one as y, or x bar or y bar. Similarly, in triangles you are going to get the centroid somewhere here, we do not know. Aita. These are the centroidal distances. Okay, from here like that, and from the left side. Understood? This is the CG in a centroid. Okay. Now, my point is, here somewhere it will be at the center, here somewhere here also somewhere here. Now, we should know what will be the centroidal distances for these simple figures. I will go with a different approach, whether it is x distance or y distance, the distance is given by d by 2. Here the distance is given by d by 2. Aita. What do you mean by d? D is the distance in the respective direction. Like if I am taking horizontal axis, here width b is there. If I take vertical axis, here depth d is there. So, the x will be equal to b by 2 or y will be equal to d by 2. Here d is nothing but distance divided by 2. That will be the x bar or y bar distance. Then if we come to the triangles, whether it may be equilateral, isosceles or right angle triangle, then we are going to check like whether we are calculating from the base athva opposite to the base athva it is neither base nor opposite to the base. What do you mean by that one? We will learn it first. In any given figure, if the line is exactly horizontal or exactly vertical, I am going to call that one as base. Then the side opposite to the, this is the side opposite to the base, I am going to call that one as opposite to the base. Then sum up the side, like here this is the base side, opposite to the ear, opposite to the base. But if I consider right side or left side, it is neither a base nor opposite to the base, like this. So, from the base side, the distance is given by 1/3 of the distance, 1/3 of the distance. From opposite to the base, it is given by 2/3 of the distance. If it is neither a base nor opposite to the base, then it is given by distance divided by 2. What do you mean by distance here? Distance may be width or the height. It may be b or it may be h. Now, let us come to the circle. In simple words, we can say it is a full circle, it is half circle, it is 1/4 of a circle, or in technical words, circle, semicircle, quadrant of a circle of radius r. Now, here also we will go like this, from the base side, from opposite to the base, then if it is neither a base nor a opposite to the base, now from the base side, the centroidal distance is 4r by 3 pi. From opposite to the base, this is the base side, opposite to that one is this side. From ear to ear, opposite to the base, it will be r minus 4r by 3 pi. Then suppose if I consider left hand side here, it is neither a base or it is not a opposite to the base also. So, if it is not a base, if it is not a opposite to the base, then distance is given by distance divided by 2. The total distance in this direction is r plus r, that is 2r. 2r divided by 2, that is nothing but r. Understood? Now, this is regarding these simple figures. Then once we calculate these simple figures, let us know how to calculate x bar and y bar finally. That is our x bar and y bar are the centroidal distances, are the centroid. X bar is given by a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 so on divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus so on. The formula will be given like this. Then y bar is given by a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 so on divided by a1 plus a2 plus so on. In simple words, we can say it is the sum of a into x divided by sum of a. It is the sum of a into y divided by sum of a. By using this formula, we are going to calculate the centroid. Now, finally, what is the procedure to solve the problem? All the centroid problems, same procedure. The procedure is simple and the problem is also simple if you know the basics. Now, the procedure is given by complex figure will be given. So, divide complex figure into simple figure. Then check for symmetry, whether it is symmetrical or unsymmetrical. Then take the bottommost or the leftmost extreme edge as the reference axis. For example, consider this is the figure. Then bottommost means this will be the bottommost and this will be the leftmost. Take this bottommost and leftmost as the reference axis. Then consider individual figures separately and calculate a, x, y. For example, consider this figure. It consisting of 3 figures, 1, 2, 3 rectangles. So, consider the individual figure, take one separately and calculate a1, x1, y1. Then take the second figure, calculate a2, x2, y2. Then take the third figure, calculate a3, x3, y3. Finally, what you need to do? Calculate the centroid, that is x bar and y bar by using this formula. That is all for. Divide complex figure into simple figure, check for symmetry, take the bottom and left extreme edge as the reference axis, consider individual figure and calculate AXY, then finally calculate centroid. This is regarding centroidal concept. In the next section, we will start with the numericals. Thank you.